I fixed my dress in the ladies' room of the Four Seasons and stared at myself in the mirror. The black dress fit perfectly. My hands were shaking. Not because I was nervous about my billionaire fiancé, Daniel, but because the man pitching for his life today was my ex-husband, the same man who threw me out of our house in my house slippers 2 years ago, after I built his entire business for him. And he had no idea I was the reason he was about to lose everything. 3 days ago, when Daniel mentioned the name Cole Auto Imports as a potential investment, my heart stopped. Victor Cole, my ex-husband, the man I hadn't seen in 2 years. Ready? Daniel asked as I walked out to the lobby. Daniel looked impeccable, as always. Tom Ford suit, Patek Philippe watch. At 42, he was one of the most powerful investors in New York. When he told me about this presentation 3 days ago, I knew fate was giving me a chance. For 3 days, I studied everything about Victor's business. Reports, finances, news. The picture was ugly. His import business was destroyed by the tariffs, and he never adapted. I was sure I wanted to be there. This morning I said I wasn't feeling well, but I was lying. I never told Daniel the full truth about my marriage to Victor. I just told him it was a bad relationship in my youth. I want to be here. Professional interest. The banquet hall was luxurious. About 15 investors were there. I took a glass of champagne, trying to stop my hands from shaking. 3 years ago, I would have felt like an outsider here. My Columbia degree in international economics had been collecting dust because Victor made me quit my job to support him. And there he was. In the doorway, Victor, tall, in a navy blue suit. He had some gray hair now and wrinkles around his eyes. It was the same man who convinced me to leave my career for family, who started cheating a year later, who kicked me out of the house without even letting me pack. Our eyes met across the room. I saw his face change. From surprise to disbelief to pure irritation, he excused himself and walked straight to me. Well, Sophia Hayes in person. Did you get lost or did you come here looking for me? Hi, Victor. You look good. I can't say the same about you. What are you doing here? Can a lab assistant afford a suit like that? I smiled. Victor never knew what I did after the divorce. Right after the court, I had to survive and the lab assistant job was the only option. I'm here with my fiancé. Fiancé? Hopefully you found someone on your level this time, a mechanic or a taxi driver. I remember how you tried to play businesswoman when I was starting the company. I remembered it too. Sitting up all night writing business plans, analyzing the market, finding suppliers, using all my knowledge. And he would tell his partners his wife was just for beauty, that he built the business all by himself. Do you remember how you begged me to leave my job? You said family is more important than career, that you would provide for us. And I did. Apartment, clothes, vacations. What more does a dumb, useless woman want? Loyalty, for example. His face darkened. He hated when I reminded him about cheating with his secretary, which was the reason for our divorce. Every man has needs, especially when his boring wife at home does nothing but nag and demand attention. The boring wife who wrote your first business plan? Who found your suppliers through her university contacts? The boring wife who gave up her career for your ambitions? You seriously think your little writing mattered? Money is made by men, darling. Women just spend it and create problems. I hope your new fiancé knows who he's dealing with. Or didn't you tell him how you were kicked out in your house slippers? I remembered that day perfectly. How he came home drunk after a corporate party where he was with his secretary, screaming that he was sick of me, throwing my things in the hallway and pushing me out of the apartment in slippers. At that moment, the organizer approached. Mr. Cole, we are ready for the presentation. Victor gave me a disgusted look and went to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to present the investment proposal from Cole Auto Imports. Our company has been successfully operating for 6 years. He clicked the slide showing growth graphs. The numbers were impressive, until 2022. The current situation created temporary difficulties, but also opened new opportunities. the same confidence with which he once convinced me to quit my job. We see huge potential in reorienting to Asian markets, primarily Chinese. I listened carefully, mentally comparing his words with the data I had studied for 3 days. It sounded beautiful, but I saw the pitfalls he was carefully avoiding. To implement the strategic pivot, we require an investment of $2 million. The other investors were listening intently. Payback period 2 years, margin 30%. I shook my head. The numbers looked too optimistic. Yesterday I found out the Chinese auto parts market is extremely competitive. Entry barriers are high, and Victor clearly underestimated the difficulties. Thank you, Victor. Now we have time for questions. Daniel turned to me. Want to ask something? You studied this industry, right? All eyes turned to me. Victor turned pale. I have a few questions. Victor, you talk about pivoting to the Chinese market. But have you studied the structure of this market? It's dominated by large state corporations with decades of connections. How does a small American company plan to compete with them? We have preliminary agreements. With whom exactly? Can you name the companies? He hesitated. I knew perfectly well he had no agreements. It's a trade secret at this stage. Understood. Then another question. You claim 30% profitability. What is this calculation based on? In your financial model, I didn't see any accounting for currency risks, changes in customs legislation, growth of logistics costs. The other investors leaned forward. The questions were professional and precise. All risks are accounted for in the overall cost structure. I opened my tablet. I studied your financials for the last 3 years. Revenue is down 80%. Accounts receivable has quadrupled. You have overdue rent for warehouses, debts to suppliers. How do you plan to attract reliable Chinese partners with such indicators? Silence fell in the room. Victor opened and closed his mouth, finding no words. All his self-confidence evaporated. Furthermore, your model ignores the main problem of the industry. American repair shops are switching to repairing older cars. Demand for premium parts is falling, and you propose investing in a segment that is shrinking. Where did you get this data? From open sources. Tax returns, statistics, industry reviews. Any serious investor does such a check before making a decision. And the last question. I looked Victor straight in the eye. You ask for $2 million. But what guarantees can you provide? Your company is virtually bankrupt. Personal property, as I understand it, is registered to third parties. What will happen to the investments if the project fails? It was a low blow and I knew it. But I felt no regret for the humiliation I had endured. The man turned white as chalk. We are ready to discuss various forms of guarantee. Daniel, I said quietly, turning to my fiancé. I would strongly advise against investing in this project. The company is in critical condition. The business model is not viable, and the presented strategy is based on unrealistic assumptions. It's throwing money away? Daniel nodded, closing his notebook. Thank you for the analysis, darling. Very professional. Then he turned to Victor. Victor, I'm sorry, but after such a detailed analysis, I have to refuse to participate in your project. Too many unresolved issues and risks. One by one, the other investors took the same position. Victor sat, clenching his fists. His face was deathly pale. He understood that this was the end. Without investment, the company would last a month or two at most. Thank you all for your attention. The meeting is over. The hall quickly emptied. Daniel was talking to his partners. Darling, I'll be free in 10 minutes. Will you wait? Victor was still sitting at the table, staring at his laptop. When we were alone in the hall, he slowly raised his head and looked at me. His eyes were a mixture of rage and despair. Are you happy now? I was just doing my job. Job? You specifically dug into my company's documents. Everything is from open sources. Any serious analyst does such a check. Who are you? 3 years ago, you worked as a lab assistant for pennies. And now you consult one of the largest investors in New York. People are interested in my knowledge and experience, not who I was once. You think you're important now? You're wrong. You're still a nobody. You always were and always will be. Yes, A nobody who just destroyed your presentation. A nobody who knows more about your business than you do yourself. You destroyed me on purpose. You were taking revenge. And what did you do 3 years ago when you kicked me out in my house slippers? When you transferred all the property to your parents so I would get nothing? It was fair. You didn't earn that money, and why didn't I work, Victor? Because you begged me to quit, saying family is more important. In the doorway of the hall, Daniel appeared. Darling, we can go. He glanced at Victor, who was standing with slumped shoulders in the middle of the hall, and added more softly, Good luck, Victor. Victor said nothing. Daniel and I went down in the elevator in silence. Only in the car did he speak. Excellent work. Very professional analysis. You are amazing. Thank you. Honestly, I myself saw problems in the project, but you voiced them much more accurately. You have a talent for this kind of analysis. Just prepared well. I have a proposal. How about your own consulting company? I'm ready to be an investor. I was surprised. Seriously? Absolutely. After today, I'm finally convinced. Are you ready to work independently? I looked at the lights of the city outside the window. 3 years ago, I was humiliated and broken. Today, I was leaving the restaurant with new opportunities and a man who believed in me. Justice was served. Now I could build the future.